Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome back to Factorio, also known as Factorio for those less addicted to the game. In last week's video, what I did was automate the production for the red Science Packs 1. You can see them all lined up here on the Beltway. Now, I am researching quite a few things with these research packs, but eventually they will not be enough. As you can see in my research tree, some of these things are still just requesting the Science Pack 1, but more and more are going to request the Science Pack 2. And those things can only be produced through a larger and slightly more intrinsic, exquisite / extended way of producing these. So for that we're going to need quite a few of these assembling machine 2s, and with these things we can finally get those things automated. It's going to be quite a lot of work. I hope I can get it done in this episode. No guarantees, as you need quite a few different resources and quite a few different machines to do that. Now definitely I'll be needing more than 3 assembling machine 2s. What I can do, considering I have a lot of these transport belts lying around, is at least set up the route which these belts are going to take once they're done. So what I want is these things to come in on this side of the belt, so the empty side. And I could just extend the main bus that way, have the labs over here, and I think have the processing facility for the Science Pack 2 on this side. Right, let's just plunk one down, see what these things need. Let's do some new research. What can I do without any upgrades, or without the Science Pack 2? Not too many things. Let's go for shotgun shell damage 1. Now, the Science Pack 2. They require 1 transport belt and 1 inserter. So, first up, the transport belt. The transport belt itself requires an iron plate and an iron gear wheel. So I'm first going to have to require the production of iron gear wheels. The iron gear wheels are intermediate resources and only require iron plates. So, as per the usual, I'm going to be setting up a splitter here and allowing for one of these sections of the main bus to carry on, and the other to just head off onto that particular section. Let's delete some of these. Okay, so we're going to require iron plates to go to this particular facility. Again, I'm going to be using a little bit of a section of transport belt here. It doesn't have to be that much. A splitter, a filter inserter would be ideal here. We need some more iron plates to build a couple of these. Almost done. There we go. Okay, what I want this thing to do is just pick up the iron plates, because that is what this section needs. So just iron plates. And yes, at this point they don't have power yet, but we'll get to that. Then I want a fast inserter to input it into this machine. There's the fast inserter. Okay, so this thing is going to throw out the iron gear wheels. Once we have the iron gear wheels, we can start to work on the next part of it, which is combining the iron plates and the iron gear wheels into the next facility, so into this next assembler. I'm going to move it up a little bit. We're going to have another fast inserter. And I'm going to redirect this particular belt. So we're going to have quite a few... Oh, actually I'm missing one. There. I want a fast inserter. Give me another fast inserter. These things are going to make the transport belts. There. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. We'll have to see. There we go, there's the research done. Let's go for the next one. Okay, the next piece that I will be producing for the Science Pack 2 is the inserter. The inserter is even more cumbersome to produce, as it requires iron plates, iron gear wheels, and electronic circuits. Now, the iron plates and the iron gear wheels are easy. Electronic circuits are a little bit more work. It's these things. I need iron plates and copper cables. Copper cables, again, not really something that you see out in the wild. So I'm going to have to produce these from 2 copper cables. So for that, this thing is going to first have to produce copper cables. Let's see. I'm going to have another section of transport belt. This one, and again, this is probably not even close to the most efficient way of parking these things. This one is going to just filter out the copper. And when I have that, I can then feed it into this machine. I'll have a couple of fast inserters. So the filter inserter going that way is just going to pick up the copper. Once the copper arrives here, it gets tossed into that assembling machine, and with that it's going to throw out the copper cables. The copper cables then get transported or tossed into a new machine, which is going to require the use of not just the copper cable but also the iron plates. So we're going to have another split off here. Off we go. Oh, actually not that many. I'm going to need another filter inserter. This thing is going to require the iron plates and the copper cables. So we're splitting off iron here. And let's have another fast inserter. There. Now this thing is the final product. This thing is not the final product. We're going to have to mute this or transmute this into something else again. Because what we need now is to combine these. Actually, sorry, we still need to work on the converter. I need the iron plates, the iron gear wheels, and the electronic circuitry. The electronic circuitry is going to come out of here. I'm probably going to have to do this slightly different, as we're going to be setting up yet another one of these gear wheels. I can probably combine these at some point, but this is just a pretty easy way, at least for me, to keep track of the situation and see what goes where. And I can already hear all of the experts on this game loudly cringing at their computers that I'm probably doing everything possibly wrong here. Well, deal with it. Alright, iron. It gets split up there. We're going to have to insert them from here into these machines. There's one. And there's two. With this, we are now producing the electronics. We're producing the gear wheels, and the only last thing that I need is the iron plates. So let's just have... Actually, is this thing too far away, or isn't it? No, it's fine. This thing is going to throw the iron gear wheels in there. We're going to have to set up a small transport line to pass the electronic circuitry into this one as well. I can use the underground belts for that. One there, one here. Again, a couple of fast inserters. And I can... Yeah, I'm going to need to produce a few more of these small electric poles. New research is done. I think we're out of red research. Yep. There's no further science pack 1s that I can use. Okay, you're going to input it there and you're going to output it here. So right now it's getting fed the iron gear wheel in electronic circuitry, and now I just need to add in the steel plates. Again, filter inserter. Bring this with me. Extend that line a little bit. And I can probably just feed it onto that belt without too many issues. So this one's just going to take the steel plates, and I think that that should do it. So now I'm producing the inserters and the assembly belts, sorry, the transport belt, these things. Now I need to combine this product and that product into one assembling machine, which is then going to provide it into this belt and then to the laboratories. Yeah, let's do it here. This one's going to feed it into that one, and the inserter is going to come up here. A couple of inserters. I'm not sure if the fast ones are required, but we might as well. Let's start hooking up everything to power. I'm going to have a bit of an overlap here and there. Yeah, that works. All these have power. These. All of these. Time for the filter inserters to get power. And now the question is it all going to work? And the answer is, I really hope so. At the moment this thing doesn't have power yet. This one doesn't have power, which means that none of these machines are going to be producing anything. There we go. Ah. At this point, the inserter, the fast inserter over here is getting quite happy at feeding in these gear wheels. Meaning that this one is not quite getting enough of a input for metal. For that I'm going to have another filter inserter. Just to speed up the amount of... well, if that's required anyway. Ah, right. Nothing's being produced yet. So we're just having a backlog here. And not just a backlog. I'm going to have to do this... let's see. They're going to be coming in from here. See, I would like for these things to just be on one belt. Which can be done. Just need to figure out a way to do it. If I feed this thing north... now it should work. There. Yep, now they're being produced and fed onto the right belt. I need to remove this one, put it over here, and now you're going to be producing Science Pack 2. Oh shit, that's a filter inserter. I need a standard fast inserter. There we are. And now we're producing Science Pack 2, automatically. As you can see, there's far, far more supply than there is demand. So, if possible, I can set up another one of these. And I probably can. If I have another one in store, that is. Vacuum up a whole bunch of these things. Question is, how are we going to put these down efficiently? Maybe one up here? No, there's no room. Let's see. I need to make room for these things. Let's see, this is the fast... no, that's a filter inserter. I want to have a couple more fast inserters. You go over there, you produce Science Pack 2. You produce Science Pack 2. You're going to get fed through here. Here's your power. And all of these are a bit unnecessary. As we just need a belt that ticks these few structures. So that's for the finished products. Okay, and then connect it. And now we have Science Pack 2 being produced. It's not being produced at any terrifically high speed, unfortunately. But it's a start. And of course I can always upgrade this particular facility further. Now if I can produce walls, that would be very handy. Yeah, I'm going to need stone bricks, and the stone bricks get produced in furnace. My stone field was somewhere off to the side here. Let's call here. Yeah. See, I would like to automate the production of stone and, as such, stone bricks. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to bring in the stone and transport it to a location where they can get coal for the furnaces. So it's time to automate these. Give me a couple of electric mining drills. We're going to need a lot of small electric poles. I think I'm running out of... yeah, I don't have enough wood to get more of these small electric poles. Alright, let's head north. I should have enough transport belts to bring it all the way down. And these chests are probably going to contain a ton of stone. Not actually as much as I was hoping for. Okay. Get out of the way. Right, a couple of electric mining drills. I just park these side by side. There should be plenty of stone here. 26, 23, 24. And let's see how far we can take this belt west. Alright, I am coming up to the north of my facility. I don't think I'm going to need stone for anything particular, other than, of course, a couple of bricks and such. So let's set up an area here. Oh, shouldn't use shift click. Okay, transport belt coming off here. That's going to be the coal. So I need another splitter. Here we are. Alright, that's the splitter. Now we're going to take the stone from up here and transport it all the way down. And yes, I'll probably take this transport belt underground eventually. Yeah. Let's not go through the coal field too much. Unfortunately, I do not have too many underground transport belts in my inventory. Well, let's produce a few more. I am running out of iron plates. Surprise, surprise. Alright, you're coming with me. Now we can get a few more. Okay, where were we? Here? We're gonna have to head south a little. Otherwise this thing is not going to get any contents. There. Now it's just a bunch of standard inserters. Oh, actually I have a whole bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more transport belt. Need to set up power to these things. And we can tie that into this somewhere. Alright, so now they're getting coal. Now we need a transport belt, which is pretty much the exit of it. Let's just put that into a box for now. I would like a fast inserter for that. There's your fast inserter. Add power to that thing. Right now these things aren't getting anything, because at the moment I don't have actual power to my stone facility. Research in the meanwhile is progressing, and we're getting to advanced material processing. Almost there. There. Alright, and now we have an automated stone processing facility, which not only is going to get me stone, but also stone bricks. And the stone bricks can then be turned into walls, which you can see down here. I can also, actually, come to think of it, automate that. Of course I can automate that. This is Factorio. I can automate whatever the hell I like. Alright, materials processing is finished. I can now get steel processing. Oh, sorry, I already have steel processing. I can now get the steel furnace, which is going to get me steel plates and stone bricks. Let's see what is next. I could go for the engine. I'm not really sure what I should be focused on at the moment, to be honest. Lab research speed 1, I'll take that. Ah, crap, I still don't have enough steel plates. There we go, now I do. Let's see. We are getting bricks. Eventually. Where's the stone at the moment? There's the first bit of stone coming down south. And once it gets to over here... Oh, too far. I want this thing to start producing stone walls. So we're going to have to make sure it gets an inserter. And a standard, I think, inserter should be enough. Just to temporarily put this stuff into a box. And with that, I should start to see walls being produced. Let's see if this works. There we go. I did forget one thing. And that is an inserter that takes it out of the furnace once it's done. There we go. Now we need, I think, 5 of these to get one wall. So this should start to speed up pretty quickly as we're getting a steady supply of stone. And right now, there is not really enough stone yet. So I may have to add a few more. I'm not sure if these are working on a 1-to-1 ratio. So that is a 1 electric mining drill for every 1 furnace. I'm not sure if that is the exchange rate. I could start upgrading a few of my stone furnaces to steel furnaces, especially for my iron production. So I'd have to reorganize some of this section. And let's see, I'm not producing any steel yet, I think. No, I'm not. Okay, I need to produce these things in furnaces. So I'm going to set up a smaller section here that can do just that. Just focused on producing steel. Let's see. What would be an efficient way of doing this? I'm going to remove them. Set up a splitter here. I'm going to turn around. And I want to also add some coal to this particular line. Because again, these things are going to require fuel. So, where can we get coal on the cheap? I'd say down here. So that's going to be coal. We're going to be adding that onto there. And this means that the coal should come in from this side. That means under there. I'll take these. Let me think. It has to be provided to this side of the rail. This side of the line. Unless I prioritize this part. Head north. Let's provide that thing with power to see what it does. Actually, sorry, there already is power here. Coal and coal only. So they're coming in on the right side. Yeah, this could work. Bloody hell, this is not the best way of doing it, but it works. And I'm sticking to it. Alright, inserters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to need a few more. Transport belt heading south. Box at the end of it. Since I don't really have any products or any particular devices which need steel at the moment. Let's see, where's the last one? Now we're going to need a few more poles. And this should do. So you're not actually... Ah, there we go. Now he's starting to get fuel as well. Yep, there we are. He's getting coal, he's getting fuel, and now he's starting to produce steel. Once I have a bunch of those, I can start to work on the steel furnace. I'm also going to need stone bricks for that. Now the stone bricks are being produced up north, but they're immediately being transported or transformed into the wall. I'm going to stop this thing for a bit. And actually, a splitter would be easier. A splitter would be way easier. I'm going to remove this one and that one. There, now I should have everything together. So an inserter here, and another inserter slightly off to the side. This one's going to be bricks, this one's going to be walls. Another inserter, I still have a fast one here. There's my splitter. There we go, and I'm getting stone bricks in here and stone walls in there. And with the walls that I have at the moment, which are here, I can start to cordon off sections of my facility. Oh shit. See those red dots? That's the enemy. That's bad news. Because that means that I'm going to have to do something about that. So at the moment, I'd say that that right flank is at the most risk of being attacked. And I don't particularly like that. So that section is something that I'm going to be defending quite heavily. I'll take 2 more of these. How are we doing on power? No power. Yeah, we're still good. At the moment I only have a hand pistol with a couple of mags. I can upgrade to a submachine gun. So let's get one of those. And let's go for one of those here and another one. North we go. Hook it up to the power. And again, since this is the first section that the enemy will see, and I'm probably going to introduce you in a minute, I'm going to section off this area. As much as I can, that is. Because usually, my experience with the biters is that they first attack the first thing that they can see. Which is going to be this. Alright, I'm going to temporarily interrupt it. There. Set up the walls. Of course, there are further trees in the way. Now, I'm not sure if I can produce a gate yet. I don't think so. No, I haven't researched that particular section of tech yet. So for now we'll just have to make do without a gate. And just lock it down. There you are. Okay, then what I would like to get are the submachine gun, or the AP rounds. I don't have those yet, unfortunately. Let's switch weapons. going to need more, what is it? Iron plates. Always the iron plates. See, copper plates I have a bunch of. I don't need those. And I could also produce quite a few more Science Pack 2s apparently, as I'm not getting enough. It's just the first 3 research labs that are functioning. And the 4th one, but only after manually feeding it in. You can see that the amount of resources being produced is far more than what this particular belt, or what these particular facilities can now facilitate. There's far more that I'm producing that they can work with. I'm going to need a whole bunch more. There. I could feed this one under. And right on top of the coal field, at least temporarily, set up further production of Science Pack 2. So we're going under. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to provide this with power. I'm going to have some inserters. And then the tricky part is that I need to feed it under here again. So we're going in that direction. Once you're finished, hang on, there to here, then onto the main belt, 2 inserters, 1 in, 1 out, 1 more piece of electricity here, and Science Pack 2. There you are. Now, electricity spiking a little bit. 2.6. I only have 3 of them. They can produce a 2.7 at the maximum. I think there might be more demand at the moment than I can reliably serve. So this means that I'm going to have to do something about power production. Anyway, I can also add yet another one. And keep producing those Science Pack 2s even faster. Of course, the problem is steel plates, iron plates. Shit, we're under attack. See that? That's the biters. What they're attacking at the moment is sections of wall. So I put that wall in place just in time, and here they are now. They managed to break through, but only barely. They weren't really able to do much damage down there. Let's get a couple of repair packs. What, we're being attacked again? I don't see it. Okay. Now at the moment I don't really have a lot of ammo. So I'm not too confident about going up to that particular area of the map and taking them out. I know that eventually I'm going to have to, but not quite yet. Here's the next bit of research done. I'll have some more inserters, let me guess, iron plates. Needs to produce Science Pack 2. In, out, out. Power. Power. There we are. Okay, so now we have the first 5 labs providing. And let's see. There we are. Piercing rounds magazine. These things do more damage. This shouldn't take too much time. Now, as the final bit of this episode, I want to get a whole bunch more ammunition, and with it, start to focus down those enemies. I would also like to get heavy armor. I'm going to need 50 steel plate for that. Fortunately, we have that. So I'm going to build 1 section of heavy armor. It's going to give me way more hit points, and I will take far less damage than I normally do. There we go, it's now equipped. Military 2 is almost done. And I would like to start producing those improved ammunitions, or those improved rounds. That's these things. I need copper, steel plates and firearm magazines, so that's another production chain. I'm not going to be setting that up just now. Let's bring another whole bunch of steel plate, sorry, iron plate. Next bit of military, I'll take the gates. We can now get a couple of these piercing round mags ready. And let's see about meeting the enemy. Because for now it's only 2 structures. I would be very surprised if it's going to stick to that. Oh crap, here they come. I don't need to aim, I just need to press spacebar and these things will go down. There's another one. Taking down their spitter spawner. As you can see, I'm chewing through my ammo like crazy down at the bottom. Shit. I need more ammo. Fast. Come on. Okay, that's one down. Take all the ammo you can get me. Half health. Low health. Dead. Is that the only one? Yeah, that's the last bit. Okay, so at this part, they will not be spawning anymore. But this is all that I know at the moment about the map. I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be far more of them, but I just haven't found them yet. For that, I'm going to need to set up a couple of radars. But stuff like that is going to happen next episode. As this one has been already more than a half hour, so I'm going to call it here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of the factory so far, and if you have suggestions for improvement, then I would be happy to hear those. Because, as I mentioned, I'm still learning the game, still seeing what works and what doesn't, and trying to feed the whole factory or set it up in the most efficient way. For now, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon for more.